How we doing, guys? Welcome to the combined 11. Arsenal against Manchester City. It's the Community Shield on Sunday, the curtain raiser to the new Premier League season. And of course, it is the first piece of silverware up for grabs. Some will say it's a decent little trophy to win, and some will say it's just another, pre-season game. I do think that the Community Shield has a little bit more to it than maybe a few years ago when it was the Charity Shield. But yeah, it is still, one of those where it's not the be-all and end-all. It doesn't mean you're going to go on and have a fantastic season if you win it. It doesn't mean that you're going to have a poor season if you lose it. It's just nice, bragging rights, and just sets you up nicely for the new Premier League season, I think. So, combined 11. Now, I'll tell you something. The biggest testament to how well Arsenal are doing right now is that a couple of years ago, if I went to do a combined 11 of Arsenal, Manchester City, it would be all Man City. There wouldn't even be a debate. Not even I would be able to justify an Arsenal player in there. But now, I think things have evened up a little bit more. And there's going to be debate. There's going to be questions. There's going to be, are you deluded? But it is what it is. You can let me know in the comment section after what you think and whether you agree or disagree. So we're going to start off in terms of the formation, play the 4-2-3-1. Obviously, Arteta, Guardiola, it's going to be very versatile. It's going to be shifting around. And it's not, a formation that's stationary, should we say. So, listen, let's start off. In goal. Not even I'm that deluded. Ederson, Ramsdale. There's a lot of talk about Ramsdale, of course. Arsenal are looking to bring in David Raya. But Ederson is a world-class goalkeeper. He is right up there as one of the best in the Premier League, if not the best. And he starts in goal all day long. It's very, very simple. So there we go. In the right back position, this is where I feel that Manchester City have got some weaknesses. I know that Akanji's played there quite a few times last season. Of course, you've got Kyle Walker that's still there. But he was, hit and miss last season. Of course, you've got Ben White, Arsenal, and now Jurriën Timber. And I think in terms of overall quality and what they will bring, I'm going to put Jurriën Timber in there. I know he hasn't, played a competitive game for Arsenal yet, shall we say. But in terms of the system, the personnel, and what I would want from this team, he would go in there for me. If you were going to go based on last season, then I would pick Ben White. There wouldn't be a Man City player in the right back position. The two centre-backs. Now, Man City have got some good centre-backs. John Stones, Ruben Diaz. Of course, you can bring Nathan Ake over. You can bring Akanji inside. They've got a lot of options there. But only one Man City player is going to get into the centre-back. And the reason for that is because one of the players is William Saliba. Don't even argue with me. Don't even try and debate it. William Saliba walks into Manchester City's team all day long. It's as simple as that. And like I said, I'm not debating it. I'm not going to have any discussions about it. You can argue amongst yourselves. William Saliba goes in there all day long. And alongside him, it's a difficult one, but I'm going to go with John Stones. I really like him. I really think that, he's a quality player. It is a close one with Ruben Diaz. But for me, John Stones goes in there. And I think Stones, Saliba, it's solid. There's the ability to play. It's just so good. And that's what I'm going to go with. Left back positions. Of course, I think the two choices, probably Nathan Ake, who predominantly played on that left-hand side last season for Manchester City. I know you've got the young lad, Rico Lewis, played some games, but yeah, I'm not going to include him in this one. And then, of course, Zinchenko. And again, it's all about personnel. It's about what you want in your team, etc. I really want to get Zinchenko in there because I think that the way he plays is really good. But based on last season and the overall performances, I'm probably going to have to go with Nathan Ake. He's not predominantly a left back, but he's made that position his own at Man City. And I think he's really, really good. It's a close one because I really, really like Zinchenko and the role that he plays. But I'm going to go with Nathan Ake for this one. In the midfield, the two, and of course there will be some debates and arguments, and you know, people will sit there and say Rodri or Partey, and now obviously we've got Declan Rice in the mix. But you know what, I'm not going to include Declan Rice in this because he's only just joined, and I know I've included Timber, but you've got to look at what's in front. You know, the options compared to Jury and Timber are not the options that are compared with Declan Rice. And I'm actually going to play, you know, Rodri and Thomas Partey. I think the pair of them in there, it's got everything. It's got power. It's got control. It's just solid. I don't think it's too defensive minded. I think one goes, one can stay. You've got a bit of everything in there. And yeah, I would go with Rodri and Thomas Partey as the two. In the attacking areas, of course, there's going to be some question marks and everything else. And I think on that right-hand side, with Arsenal, you've got Bukayo Saka. You can have Bernardo Silva out there with Man City. They've got so many options. You've got Phil Foden, of course. But Phil Foden doesn't get ahead of Bukayo Saka. He doesn't even get ahead of Bukayo Saka for England. So there's not a hope in hell's chance he's going to get ahead of him in this combined 11. Bukayo Saka is the best right-sided player in the Premier League. Riyad Mahrez is not there anymore. He's gone. And it's a very straightforward one for me. Yeah, Bukayo Saka goes there on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I think there's only two players that you can really look at and have a discussion. Jack Grealish and Gabriel Martinelli. Grealish has had a really good season. Don't get me wrong. Last year he had a really, really good season. But statistically, goals, assists, etc., he didn't have a better season than Martinelli. And I'm looking at it, personal preference. I'm having Martinelli all day long. I'm sorry, that is just personal preference. Martinelli goes ahead of Jack Grealish all day long. In the middle, again, there's only two people up for debate here, and it's Kevin De Bruyne or Martin Odegaard. I love Martin Odegaard, honest to God. But this is one of those where you can't let your heart rule your head. Kevin De Bruyne has to go there. His statistics every season consistently are unreal. And that's, yeah, pretty much as simple as that. I think over the next few years, Martin Odegaard is going to take over. But for now, Kevin De Bruyne. Up front, striker, I'm not even going to debate. It's going to be Erling Haaland. It's as simple as that. It's just no other debate really, is there? Of course, with Arsenal, you've got Jesus, and I love him. But Haaland, listen, man, he's just an absolute phenomenon last season, weren't he? And you're going to see whether he can continue that. I think he will. He's just an unbelievable goal scorer. So, yeah, it's... Erling Haaland as the main striker. So, look, listen, that's my combined 11. I think that is a very, very fair combined 11. Ederson in goal, Jurriën Timber right back, John Stones and William Saliba centre back. Left back, I've gone with Nathan Ake. In the midfields, Rodri and Thomas Partey. Then we've got Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli on the wings. De Bruyne in the middle and Haaland up front. I think that's very, very fair. And I'll tell you something, that team would be unreal in my opinion. But listen, like I said, debate it. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. If you disagree with any of the selections, let me know where. Let me know who, and your reasoning for changing things. But like I said already, the one person, the one position that I'm not even going to be having a debate about is William Saliba. He starts all day long and walks into this Man City team. It's as simple as that. So does Bukayo Saka, to be quite honest with you. So, listen, there we go. The preview for this game will be out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the game. I really am. And we'll see what happens. And we'll see whether we can, beat Man City finally, because it's been ages, since we've beaten them. And get that first trophy in the cabinet of the season. It's not really the trophy we all want at the end of it, but it's just a start. And as they say, start as you mean to go on. So, yeah, listen, if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.